Hey everybody, Amy from the Chaos Kitchen here. Now who's ready to make some chaos cream puffs? Oh la 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 la. For most of my life, I somehow overlooked this heavenly little treat. I was only familiar with cream puffs' trashier, slightly more phallic cousin, the eclair. Same puffy magic, different form factor. What most blows my mind about these tiny bites is how quickly they come together and how unapologetically gorgeous they are. With this recipe, you too can wander a park in Paris, offering strangers your street puffs in broken French, only to be rejected and forced to eat them alone before the summer heat melts you both.
Excusez-moi?
Cheeseburgers that way.
Cool, thanks, man.
Anyway, the ingredients here are basic, but the vibe is not. So gather your gumption, grab your whisk, and let's dig into some chaos. For this recipe, you will need 60 grams or a quarter cup butter, 65 milliliters or a quarter cup milk, 65 milliliters or a quarter cup water, a pinch of salt, a pinch of sugar, 70 grams or a heaping half cup of flour, 2 to 3 eggs or about 130 grams of eggs, 200 grams or 1 cup pearl sugar, 2 to 3 tablespoons of chopped almonds, not pictured here, 1 tablespoon sugar, another tablespoon of butter, 3 tablespoons of room temperature cream, 35 grams or a scant quarter cup of white chocolate chips or chopped chocolate, a pinch of salt, 1 teaspoon vanilla extract, 150 milliliters or 2/3 cups cream, cold, a heaping tablespoon of mascarpone, also cold, and 1 tablespoon icing sugar. To start, preheat your conventional oven to 200 degrees Celsius or 400 degrees Fahrenheit. Next, get all your pastry dough ingredients prepped and ready for a pump and dump situation. This is no time for scrambling mid-whisk. Line a sheet tray with parchment paper and let's set up a little piping station with 3 piping bags or Ziploc bags nested in 3 glasses. In line with the aesthetic drama of these puffs, our first step is just about the only one that can go sideways on us. So chauffeur the door, light a candle for your ancestors, and trust the chaos. Start by dissolving salt and sugar in your water in a pot over medium heat. Once it's crystal clear, add the milk and butter and heat until the butter has melted. Now, let's go pedal to the metal. Crank the heat and let that baby boil. No, like really boil. If you have a gas stove, let it rage dramatically to the very lip of the pot. Otherwise, let your milk hit an aggressive rolling boil. If you chicken out here, it's game over. I cannot remedy this for you. If you survive this step, you will be rewarded with treasures beyond your wildest dreams. Once you've survived the discomfort of boiling your milk mixture, remove the pot from the heat, immediately dump your flour and mix vigorously until a strange cohesive lump forms. Toss this lump back on the heat for a few seconds, stirring constantly until a thin film forms on the bottom of the pot. Once you're satisfied, immediately dump your dough ball into a medium-sized bowl, pressing it out into a flat disc around the edges of the bowl to cool for a minute or two. Using a fork or whisk, mix the eggs into a homogeneous blob. The amount of egg you add here is critical, which is why we're aiming for 3 to 4 additions here. It's always better to end up a little too dry than a little too wet. Dump a few tablespoons of egg into your slightly cooled flour mixture and whisk vigorously until incorporated. Continue this process until your arm runs out of steam, your mixture is thick and jiggly, and tears into a V shape when dripping off your spoon.
Oh la la!
Enter the choose-your-own-adventure portion of this recipe. The aesthetic may range from quick and dirty Ziploc hustle to top-tier piping pro. Either way, steer clear of 5-point star piping tips. They're drama magnets which can lead your dough to tear, and avoid poopmojis unless that's your thing. If it's not your thing, just avoid lifting your bag while piping. Simply squeeze quarter-sized dollops of dough onto your parchment paper, leaving lots of space between each little dot. If you're going full bougie, lean into the dramatic flair and get your fancy hands on some pearl sugar and chopped almonds. We're going full chaos mode here, so dump most of your pearl sugar over the layer of dough dots furthest from you on the baking sheet. Then hold down the edges of your parchment, really hold them, and flip the far end of the baking tray and pearl sugar into the air, letting it jump over the puffs until all the puffs are coated and the excess sugar is collected in front of you. Simply dump your sugar back into an airtight container and reuse for your next batch. Once your tray is free of stray sugar, get these pearly beauties into the oven ASAP and bake at 200 degrees Celsius or 400 degrees Fahrenheit in a conventional oven for 20 to 25 minutes or until stunningly golden brown. Now it's time to dig into our caramel. This is the simplest and most well-behaved caramel recipe out there and contains a secret ingredient, white chocolate. Start by dumping your embarrassingly small amount of sugar into a small pot and melt over medium heat until fragrant and deep amber in color. Snatch it off the heat and recommence pumping and dumping, carefully whisking your butter in and dodging most of the steam burns.
It's fine, it's totally chaos. Sorry, I dropped cream on your shoe.
I said it was well behaved, not flawless. Now, pour that glossy caramel all over your white chocolate and salt and let it sit for about a minute until the white chocolate has melted. Then whisk until completely incorporated and transfer into a piping bag. It's time for the final element of our puffs, the pastry cream. Toss all the ingredients into a mixing bowl and then whip it like you mean it until stiff peaks form. Transfer that silky dream into a piping bag. The mascarpone? Oh, honey, it's the secret sauce that brings the kind of stability you've been chasing. Not just in your cream, but maybe in your life too. Once your puffs are deeply golden brown and puffed to perfection, remove them from the oven and cool on the baking tray for about 15 minutes. Now's the time to play aesthetically. Slice off their tiny hats with a bread knife and grab the rest of your piping bag crew. Start by piping a button-sized glob of caramel right into the middle of your puff butt. Then, holding the piping bag straight up, swirl on 2 to 3 perfect turns of your luscious cream filling. Finish them off with a drizzle of caramel, pop their teensy hats back on, and just like that, you've created a masterpiece. Do you find cream puffs as steamy as I do? Would you eat them with a fork and knife, or are they a finger food? If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. I look forward to seeing you next time in the Chaos Kitchen. And remember, no rules, just salt. Oh, Jesus Christ. We're perfect.